Y'all, this is part 4 of the investigating me instead. Okay, so this is the employee who reported the discrimination and retaliation. If you're new here, my full legal disclaimer is in part 1 and it applies to the entire series. My name is Kiki Blavsky. I've been in HR for just going on 30 years. Bunch of education, bunch of certification, bunch of experience. Okay, now let's get into it. Now, my initial reaction first, being she's the only Black employee in the department, it does not by itself prove race, all right? Discrimination. So let me say that again. For the people who like to remove 8 seconds from a video and start shadowboxing it, okay, that ain't enough. So look, a bad manager is not automatically discrimination or anything like that. So an unfair decision is not automatically an illegal decision. And every dysfunctional workplace is not a federal case, although some of them certainly seem to be, committed to auditioning for this. However, when an employee is in a protected class, complains about discrimination, that type of treatment, and is immediately offended, they offer money to leave and declines the offer, experiences increases, scrutiny becomes a subject of, this new investigation, and then it's later terminated for conduct that is comparable. Employees allegedly committed without discipline. All that to say, that sequence deserves a serious examination. As you all know or may not know, retaliation under the EEO law generally involves a materially adverse action to be taken, and employees asserted protecting EEO rights. This does not mean that retaliation is automatically proven here. What it means is the timeline matters. The timing of the complaint, that matters. The timing of the severance offer matters. Who recommended the severance? That matters. Who knew she had a complaint? That matters. Whether concerns about her conduct existed before the complaint, yes, all that matters. So when the investigation into hers began, that matters, which they never did. Who controlled that investigation? That matters too. Whether the people named in her complaint participated in decisions about that, all of that matters. And this was just a hot mess. So whether similarly situated employees engaged in comparable conduct, all of that matters. And according to her, they did. And they were not disciplined in any kind of way. And they were white. How those employees were treated, all that matters. Whether the organization followed its own written policies, which apparently they did not, that matters too. All of these things, there's so many moving elements that matter. So the existence of the severance offer, it doesn't automatically prove the discrimination, but employers offer severance for many legitimate reasons also. But the context of that offer could become relevant. And in this case, it definitely matters. So if the organization's first response to her discrimination complaint was, hey, let's just get rid of you, which is what she said they did, all that matters. However, an investigation should be credible. It should be appropriate and impartial. And in this case, it clearly wasn't. So yeah, this lady, I believe, definitely has a case. Go ahead and come back for part 5.